Happy lunch hour, gang. Okay, so still pouring rain. You know how we're always told half truths, only the part of the story that they want you to hear because it makes them look good. They don't give you the full picture. Yeah, okay. I'm going to give you the full picture on something. And it may surprise everybody a little bit what the facts are. Okay, the whole facts, the whole truth. Okay. Going into the 2024 election here, there's all talks, what's the most important issue to you? Is it the economy? Is it the southern border? Those are my two. Okay. Is it foreign policy? Is it abortion? Is it crime? What is it? Okay. But I'd say my guess is those would probably be the top 5 issues that people are concerned with. Okay. The interesting part is you will hear both sides try to spin the narrative toward only part of the story. Now, let's use the crime one for example here, because that's what I want to get into. And this is something that we all have to be cognizant about, right? 3/4 of the country, 72%, believe that crime is up. That's actually not true. Believe it or not, crime in 2023 was significantly less than it was in 2022. Murders, especially murders, we had an all-time drop of 13.8% murders. Yeah, that's including the south side of Chicago. That's including Detroit. That's including St. Louis. I mean, there were some cities that actually went up. Washington, D.C., Memphis. Okay. But overall, nationally, crime went down. Let's look at this chart. This is the comparison on how crime went down. Violent crime was down 8.2%. Murders down 15.6%. Sorry, I had it wrong earlier. Okay. Rape down 14.8%. Robbery down 9.4%. Aggravated assault down 6.8%. Property crime down 6.3%. Burglary 11.7%. Larceny down 8.5%. The one that was up was motor vehicle theft. Okay. Now, I want you to think about this for a second. If you look at all those ones that were down, what do they have in common? Chances are the person was present. Can't murder somebody if the person isn't there. Rape, okay. Robbery, somebody going to get you on the street or whatever. Aggravated assault, okay, again, person. Property crime, somebody breaking into your house, that'd be burglary, that'd be larceny. Chances are you're home. Motor vehicle theft was the only one that went up. And my assumption on why it went up is it's the only crime where the person, the victim, is not there. You go into the store, your car's in the parking lot, somebody steals your car, you're in the store, okay? They don't know if they're going to break in your house if you're in the house, but they can tell if you're not in the car. Why? This is where we get into the issue. In 2020, 32% of Americans owned a handgun or a rifle. In 2023, get this, 42% of Americans owned a weapon, a 10% increase in 3 years. Now, a lot of this has to do with the recent Supreme Court lawsuits overthrowing California's insane laws against gun ownership, New York's laws against gun ownership, Maryland's laws against gun ownership, over and over and over again. All of a sudden, Americans are more armed, and the criminals know it. I mean, you think about this. If you are a criminal and 42% mean 42% of the public owns a weapon, guys standing outside your house going, should we break into this house? There's nearly a 1 in 2 chance, nearly a 50% chance that if we break into that house, we're going to get shot. Okay? This is what I'm saying, crimes against people versus crimes against property. Now, you take that out to a bigger picture, if you will. Crime has gone down, but I mean, crime is not non-existent. I mean, there's still way too many murders, way too many robberies, way too many burglaries, way too many rapes in this country. Okay. And this is all because of these George Soros appointed DAs and stuff like that. You can say, oh, Soros didn't appoint them. Basically, yeah, Soros did. He's just throwing the money at them to buying favors. Okay. You know, they're not prosecuting the crimes. They're letting these criminals back out on the street, etc. You know, we need more judges like the one in Vegas who the guy jumped over the bench to attack her the other day, who decided they wanted probation. She goes, nah, you know what? 4 years in jail sounds good to me. We need more like that. You commit a crime, you go behind bars. Because come on, we got a whole bunch of J6ers that didn't commit any crimes that have been behind bars for 3 years, right? Nobody got hurt. Oh, that's right, except for Ashley Babbitt, who was killed by a DC cop. Right? But not a single, contrary to the narrative by the liberals, again, not a single cop died on January 6th or from any of the events of January 6th. And don't give me the crap that the guy had a heart attack the next day because of it. Sorry, that doesn't float. Okay. But so you look at America as a whole and gun ownership, right? You know, we are the most armed populace in the world, right? You remember the comment made by Hirohito during World War II that you never want to attack the American mainland because there's a gun behind every blade of grass. You might think that's not true. I want you to take a look at something. I found this morning on Twitter via TikTok. Take a watch at this.
Countries with the most firearms per 100 people. Starting off at the 10th position, we have Iraq with 30 firearm per 100 people. Moving on to the 9th place, we have Iran with 31, Switzerland at number 8 with 32 firearms. Moving upwards at number 7, Uruguay with 32.5 per 100 people. Finland with 33 firearms secures its place in the 6th position. Reaching to the top 5, New Zealand at 5 with 34.5 firearms. Cyprus at the 4th place with 37 firearms. At 3rd place, it's Serbia with 38 firearms. At number 2, it's Republic of Yemen, with staggering 55 firearms per 100 people. Here is an interesting fact about Yemeni culture. Owning a firearm is considered to be a right rather than privilege, meaning anyone can own a firearm without a permit or license, as it's considered to be masculine in the Yemeni culture. However, at the top of the list, it's the land of free liberty and democracy, the United States with 120 firearms per 100, making Americans the most armed people in the world.
120 weapons per 100 people. Now, of course, like me, many of you own more than one, hence the reason why it's more than that. In a SHTF situation, what's going to happen? If I've got neighbors, people that are helping me in my mag to fight off a band of marauders, okay, I'm not going to go, gee, I've got, let's just use the term multiple weapons in the house, but they're all mine. No, I'm going to be, here, use this, use this, use this, use this, use this, right? Because no matter how many I have, I can only fire one, unless it's a Hollywood movie, and then you can fire two at a time, okay, to defend anything. Sure, I want everybody, every able-bodied person who's got a itchy trigger finger to be able to fight off the bad guys. The bad guys still exist. They're coming across the southern border. I mean, the cartels are sending people. MS-13 is coming across the border. The Chinese are coming across the border. The radical Islamists are coming across the border. Yeah. And these are going to be the ones that we are going to have to contend with. Let's just put it that way. But when you hear all these stories about, because you will, crime being down, and here's the facts, make sure you are able to go back to and go, well, here's the other fact, that 10% more of the American public is prepared to defend themselves. And why would that be? Because now we have nearly half the country that doesn't trust the government to defend us. Think about that part. Well,